Finding out what you want to work on can be fun and exciting, but it can also be pretty daunting. It's important to be honest with yourself about the things you're interested in. And sometimes we don't know right away. I think it's fair to just be honest with what feels good. So maybe, say, for example, if you're a grad student, you may not like being at the bench and you have aspirations for something outside of that type of research. I think it's fair to acknowledge that and lean into it. So, can you get involved in other activities that help you explore different career options? And you do have to be mindful of your time. So, I would say be mindful of what feels good and be honest about it. Not everybody has to do the same thing. And also, when it comes to being in academia, period, I know that that is a path that's sort of been, charted for us. And it's like a direct path to professorship, for example, but that doesn't always work out for people. So while you are doing your everyday task, you have to decide what feels good. What do I get excited about doing? For example, for me, I knew that I liked putting together my presentations. It doesn't have to be about science, but I just like digital art and telling a story, like on the computer, for example. So I knew that whatever it was that I was going to do, it would probably have a storytelling component to it, or putting pieces together to tell a story. What about you?
Yeah, it actually reminds me of a story once. I worked with a postdoc who was also interested in putting presentations together. And it reminds me that not all mentors have to be like one-on-one specialized like conversations and advice. Some mentors we call vicarious mentors, which is if you know, like, for example, you want to do presentations, you can go to classes and the person teaching it can be a vicarious mentor. You're learning through the way that they're doing things. And so, for example, if you're really shy or you're just short on time, you can look for vicarious mentors that you can learn by observing, as well as ones that you can talk to face to face. So there's lots of ways to figure out how you can get the support you need. And be honest with yourself. Like you said, if you've put in time and you're realizing this isn't what I thought it was going to be, or I'm not as interested in it as I thought I was, then cut your losses, right? It's called sunk cost. So if you don't put more time into it, spend that opportunity learning something new. I thought I was interested in intellectual property at some point and took a class on it. And at the end of that class, and I was like, holy moly, this is very tedious and it's not something that I enjoyed. But my project partner was also a postdoc and she was like, I love this. And now she's like a patent lawyer,
Oh,
right?
that's
So
cool.
it can have very different outcomes.
Yeah. So for 10 minutes today, you can sit and evaluate and make a list of daily tasks that you enjoy doing just to get started on it.